This video is called Why Happiness is Bad for You. Now, in the old days, thousands of years ago, we used to live in the forest and we ate berries from the tree, and the berries are good for our body. When we eat the berries, we would get a reward chemical in the brain giving us happiness. We'd say, yes, there's berries, excellent. And you eat the berries and you get the nutrients you need, and nature has worked out a way to make you feel happy when you're getting the things that are healthy for you. So what happens is then the berries run out and you're looking around and saying, where are the berries? I need more berries. And then your brain releases a stress chemical to motivate you to go find more berries. And you'll go off on an adventure, maybe facing some possible danger, until you find these berries or the food that gives you the nutrients you need. And then your brain gives you dopamine and rewards you, and you're happy. So in the modern world, we don't have this situation. So we have many artificial berries, like things to buy, like cars, sports equipment, video games, junk food, lots and lots of different things that the commercial corporations play upon to get you motivated to buy them. So for example, what will happen is you watching TV and you might see a new set of golf clubs and you think to yourself, yeah, I want that. I have decided I want some golf clubs, and they're really expensive. And your brain says, okay, when I get those golf clubs, I'm going to release dopamine and you'll feel happy. But before you achieve that, you get motivated. So the brain releases stress chemicals. The stress chemicals make you think, oh, I've got to get them, and I've got to work hard, and I've got to save money and get to the shop and do my research and all of this thing. And the stress chemicals are motivating you to go and get that thing. And then when finally you get the golf clubs, you get this reward. But the problem is, the reward only lasts for a very short period of time, because in the old days, the reward was to get you to eat berries and to eat food and to look after your health. But now the reward has become acquiring some material thing which has a psychological attachment to it, produced by brainwashing from commercial corporations who convince you that you want this thing. So the happiness only lasts temporarily, and then what happens is your brain goes back into stress mode, and you if something like buying a car, like it's very expensive, takes you many years to achieve, then you can be in a state of stress for many years until you buy that car. And if you have some sort of achievement that is difficult and you don't get it, you get overloaded with stress, and you reach a point where you say to yourself, I'm not going to be able to get this thing that I told myself would bring me happiness. Now I realize I can't get it. It's out of my grasp. And this is where depression sets in, because you've had an overload of stress for so long. So the secret is not to be happy, is to not want things to achieve happiness. So the way to do this is to focus on joy. Now, joy is a different experience altogether. Joy is a kind of a reward of the brain. It's a different chemical. It's oxytocin. And what happens is when you are surprised with something pleasant, you feel joy. So let's say you're walking through the park, like this beautiful park right here, and a butterfly flutters in front of your face, and you go, wow, that's great, that was lovely, I feel joy. And you're riding a bicycle and the sun is on your face, or there's someone you have a crush on, and they give you a little kiss and say, "I like you." And you're like, "Wow, that's fantastic. I feel such joy. I wasn't expecting that, and now I'm completely surprised." So joy is what happens when you're just enjoying the moment, and things are happening that are making you feel good, and you didn't set out to achieve that. You experience no stress to achieve that thing. It's just something that spontaneously happened. So what you can do is you can train yourself to feel joy. So it's the same thing as the corporations. The corporations are great because they can teach you about psychology. They can brainwash you. So we'll go back to the golf clubs, right? Now, it's not the first time that you see this advertisement about golf clubs. You see it over and over and over again, maybe 20 times. You'll see an advertisement about golf clubs before you decide that I want golf clubs. It brainwashes you into believing that's what you want, and it's very good at it. So you can actually use this to brainwash yourself to feel joy all the time. So what you can do is you can say something like, every time I see a tree, I feel joy. And you look at the tree. Every time I see a tree, I feel joy. Every time I see a tree, I feel joy. Every time I see a tree, I feel joy. Every time I see a tree, I feel joy. Every time I see a tree, I feel joy. And you're brainwashing yourself to believe that trees bring you joy. And your brain says, yes, okay, cool. That's what you want. I'm going to produce the chemical that makes you feel joy now every time you see a tree. And it was really that simple.